That's what I was about to pull it up before that, so don't pull it up till after that.
And it should be up and running.
I got robbed out of YouTube too, man. My cousin was telling me to get a YouTube channel. We was doing that fight night.
Alrighty.
Somebody from China got my video, one of my videos, and like probably in 2 weeks he had like 56 million
Nothing,
views.
it's still going.
Yeah, and at that time, shit, you was getting paid a lot of money. You know, the pay rate is different on YouTube now.
Right.
Yeah, he got cashed in off of that. That was just in like 3 or 4 days. That many views.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up your switcher again. Okay, so just hit the
And everybody's sound levels look good. Let me get a 1, 2 in y'all's mics.
Check.
Check.
Hit the space bar, please.
Probably sound like Kermit the Frog.
How can you hear? How you know the mic level?
Right here, it'll show right here where the greens are,
okay.
so that make sure it's in the middle. It's not capping.
Like red, if it's turning red.
Yeah, it's getting a little high to the. You don't want it all the way to the top. All righty, here we go, y'all.
I'm a rapper.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Jenny with the G coming to you with another episode of Around Town. Today we have some of Dayton's own bosses in the building. Chances are, if you've been out, you've been to one of their clubs. If it's not Napoleon's, it's definitely the Arena. Welcome, Brandon Melson and Ty Bobo. Welcome, fellas.
What's up with it?
What's up? First off, each of you just tell us who you are, where you from, and the name of your club.
I'm Brandon. I'm from Jefferson Township, born and raised, and the bar Napoleon's is in Jefferson too as well.
Yes.
Okay then. I'm Bobo. I'm from Dayton. I grew up a lot of places in Dayton. But I own Arena Sports Bar on Salem Avenue in Trotwood.
Okay. So, what did each of you do before running the club, Brandon?
I was doing detailing, mobile washing, carpet cleaning.
Okay.
Running the club. I was doing parties too, like
Okay.
promoting parties, stuff like that.
Okay.
Me? I don't know if I can talk about it.
That part,
I skipped
Say
over
next
I
question.
skipped
Next
over that
question.
part too.
I was working too. Next question.
That part. Okay, so how did you get into the club business?
I got in club business with my brother.
Okay.
You know what I mean, he been doing the club since he's about 19 years old.
Okay.
He got his first spot and he was running it he probably ran it for like 5 years.
Okay.
And then after that, me just seeing him constantly working and grinding, it just made me want to do the same thing. So I worked with him for like, when I moved to Cincinnati, it was probably in 2004.
Okay.
So from 2004 up until like 2010, I was with him in the club. So it just made me want to do it.
Right.
And then like my favorite club memory though, I got to tell y'all this.
Yeah, come on
Kevin
with
Hart, first time I met Kevin Hart, this was before he was
That's
famous.
one of the questions, bro. You supposed to wait
I
in.
gotta wait on that. Nah, Kevin Hart Kevin Hart made me want to do this because, bro, he always linked up with everybody.
Okay.
But he knew Kevin before Kevin was Kevin Hart. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So he came in the club one night and I was grabbing bottles, being like a bar back or whatever. I had
Okay.
2 Goose bottles, big Goose bottles, liters. And he dapped me up like, boom, and hit it out of my hand. And ever since then, I wanted to do club business. Because I thought it was the funniest thing when my brother was mad. Because he's like, man, we done lost his liquor. Now we ain't got no more money to go buy no liquor. It was tight then, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. But that made me want to do the club, though.
Okay. So how did you get started in the club
Man,
business?
it was a few variables that got me started. Like, I never thought about doing the bar club business or none of that. First of all, it was my little cousin Mike Payne. He used to be like, man, you ought to do parties, be everybody mess with you, do parties. Like, man, that ain't what I do. That's y'all do that. I stick in my lane, I do me, you do y'all. So then my dude, he ended up getting a vault. And
I remember the vault.
he was kind of like, man, like, what should we do? What should we do? And I was thinking, like, man, let me put something together. Let me just think about it. And actually, a guy named TC from Cincinnati reached out to me. And he was just like, man, B, I got this event, bikini boxing, da-da-da-da-da. I think he actually wanted to get plugged in with my dude from the vault.
Okay.
And so we ended up, he going down to Cincinnati. He gave us VIP section, some bottles and stuff. He's like, man, what y'all think about the event? I'm like, man, it was nice. He's like, how much you think I made tonight? And he threw a number out there, and I was like, tonight? You made this tonight? He's like, yeah, like, making this kind of, I'm like, oh, man, sign me up, what I need to do. And he kind of like really showed me a little bit, like showed me the way for real.
Okay.
And he every time I sing, we don't see each other as much, but when I sing, he be like, man, you got that check for me? You know you owe me a check. Like, I wasn't really thinking about nothing. And he kind of really showed me and navigated the way. And another guy from Cincinnati, J. Raj, is another mentor. Man, me and J. Raj is actually a little bit more closer right now. And so that's how I got started out. Through J. Raj, Bang, and TC is kind of how I really got started out in Mike in the bar business, club business.
Okay. Now, tell us how easy or how hard it was getting started. Like, what was your first year like?
Far as
The
club-wise
business,
or promoting-wise?
Both.
Well, when the promoting, it took off like a skyrocket. We never had a miss. When it hit, it took off like wildfire. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Then other opportunities came, and that's how I ended up even landed at Napoleon's, because at one point in time I had got tired of I'm just ready to quit. Like I was doing the strip club stuff. It had got a headache, and it just wasn't the same. And I was promoting, so I'm like, man, I'm making all these people all this money, and I'm sitting coming home pockets a little thin, you know what I mean? And they making 20, 30, 40,000 a night. And then I created all this, so it made me like, you know what? I'm cool. Like I just sit back and do what I've been doing. And one day the phone rang, and it was just an opportunity from God, for real. So that's how I ended up getting at Napoleon's. But the hardest part for me is really dealing with sometimes the customer base. You know, customers don't have, you know, they think that the customer is always right, and it's not true. Like you gotta have customer, you gotta have customer adequate too as well.
Listen.
You know, you gotta know how to act as an employee, owner,
yeah.
and as a customer too.
No,
That's
seriously.
very important. And so I've learned. I don't drink, but I've learned to deal with it. Like I deal with you're dealing with all walks of life when you walking with a bar. You know, you're dealing with people that's drunks, alcoholics, drug addicts. Some people, they come into a bar for a reason. You know what I mean? Some people come for a good reason. Some people trying to get that stress off of them. So you dealing with all walks of life, demons and stuff. So it's just that's the hardest part for me, is keeping a level head when somebody is drunk or they clearly out of line and disrespectful, and I still got to sit there and swallow it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what, you got it, bro. You know, you got it, bro. You know, that's the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's probably the hardest part for me, too.
Hardest part for you, too?
In the first year, when we were supposed to open in 2015, we couldn't open. The day we were supposed to open up on Black Friday, 2015, right?
Juvenile, wasn't it?
Juvenile. We was bringing Juvenile. Listen, we was bringing Juvenile. And I'm not going to lie. As soon as we unlocked the door, the police and the fire department came in and shut us down. So we had to shut down. We had to tear everything out of that building and start over.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So all the money we spent, we had to tear everything out and rebuild it. And then when we rebuilt it the second time, they made us tear it down again. So we ain't open up for another year. You feel what I'm saying? So we ain't open up till 2016. But when we opened, we jumped up. Like, we got our money back. Right. But at the same time, it was hard. They made it rough for us, for sure.
What was the issues that they was making y'all rebuild for?
I mean, to be honest, they made it an issue because they knew it was going to be a lot of black folks.
Period.
In one spot.
You know how that goes.
You see what I'm saying?
And you buy that's trouble.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So at first, they gave us our capacity. Our capacity was like 120 people. I was like, hold on. This big old spot, like 120 people ain't nothing. We ain't going to make no money.
Hey, Ballin' Wings had more than that.
That's what I'm saying. So we went back to the table. We had meetings with them. Tommy Owens came in and helped us out with a couple of those meetings or whatever, and it was cool after that. But we had to get Tommy in there because Tommy, he the man today.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
What I'm saying? So
right.
we had to reach out to him. And my brother went to school with Tommy.
And he know who to talk to.
So he know who to talk
Definitely
to.
welcome. Tommy, a good friend of the family, is mine as well. Yeah,
that's my dog.
Yes. Shout out to Tommy.
For sure.
So that was the roughest thing for us starting out. But once we started, it turned up quick. It was skyrocketing.
I know it was.
First year, I was like, woo. Ooh, every day I go home, I'm on the phone with my brother and Max. Listen, we did this tonight. We was turned. They're like, man, calm down, man. Just wait until it's slow and we ain't got no money. I'm like, I ain't trying to see that.
So I ain't trying to hear none of that. Okay, so as a former bartender, I know, you know what I'm saying, how it is with the bartenders, keeping bartenders, having good bartenders. Is it hard keeping good bartenders? Do y'all have A1 bartenders that's been there since day one? Or, is it hard getting people to fill that spot? How's your experiences been with the bartenders?
So bartenders are, they make the bar.
Yes,
It's like
for
I
sure.
tell them, I
For
tell
sure.
every bartender,
No, for sure.
you are someone to somebody that come in the bar.
True.
You know what I mean? You're their girlfriend, their baby mama, their confidant. You're everything. So if I come in the bar, if I'm talking to the bartender, you know what I mean? She might be something to me that night. I don't
Right,
know. Whatever
right.
I'm going through, that's her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's hard to get bartenders nowadays to realize that. But I've capped a few bartenders throughout the time. But all my bartenders really good though.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
you know I know now. You know?
I got
You
a
got
lot.
an OG over there.
Exactly, I got OGs over there, yeah. But
Yeah.
like Poon, she been there since day one.
That's my girl.
Renee, she been there a little bit after we
Mm-hmm.
opened. Tasha's still there. She been there almost since day one. But for the most part, it's easy keeping them. You know what I mean? Because we just, I don't know. I know me. I don't know about
Right.
And really, we do ours as a family.
Right.
for sure.
Even
It's
though
gotta be
we are
fair.
It's gotta be
employees,
that.
we are family
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
gotta be
so
that.
that's what keeps us together and keep us running every day. Because we do have disagreements, but like I tell everybody, like, I mean,
Which is
yeah,
anybody.
it's just like a regular family.
Yes,
You know what I
for
mean? So we
sure.
might beef today, but tomorrow we out
Back to
having a
business,
drink and
right.
eating together and doing all of that.
Right,
so yeah,
right.
nah, it's easy. It's cool.
Shout out to Poon and Tasha. They're my classmates.
Hey, yeah, listen,
Boom.
boom.
Boom! Them bubble rings, no more.
So how about you, Brandon? Your experiences with bartenders. Has it been
bartenders-
easy? Has it?
It's a toss up, but like you said, most of my bartenders now we all like family. You know what I mean? It's not like if we don't get along sometime, we may not see eye to eye, but for the most part, it's more of a family vibe and atmosphere. You can't not be family or like family working for us. Like, you know, it's a very important job. Like you said, I've seen the trend change, you know, from how bartending used to be to how it is now, and it's all how you take it in. It's bartending to me is that's a touchy subject, but, you know. And I love my bartenders, I do, but and I still have bartenders that's been with me since day one.
Right.
It may not work every day or all the
Right.
time. It
Right.
may be a special
But they there
event.
when you need
You got to
them.
think we getting older now, so some
Oh,
of them are
yeah.
doing career
You're right.
changes and
You're
stuff
right.
like that.
You're right.
But for the most part, the bartenders that's been with me have pretty much been there since day one too as well.
Yeah, and even all my older bartenders that used to be
Yeah.
day ones, they still come back in town
sure.
and they want to bartend. They'll text me like, "Bobo, put me on the schedule today." Kick them off the schedule, put me on. So I put them on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So your Rikers and your Teresa's and who else? Denise. Like, you know what I mean? I let them come in and do their thing when they come into town.
And I've traveled a lot. I've seen the bartending vibe is different in certain places.
Definitely.
Oh, yes,
certain
for
areas, you know
sure.
what I mean? Like
For
I see
sure.
the work ethic is different in certain places, you know. And it's all about what you put in, what you get out. So
Yeah.
you know.
No,
For sure. And personality super important. Like
sure.
that was my thing as a
Definitely.
bartender. What a lot of people don't realize. The money comes from the personality of the person.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
How much you make depends on who you are to these customers.
Yeah. So-
If you know you got a bad attitude or you had a bad day, you know nobody
Yeah.
want to tip that. But when you into it and you friendly and you make them want to drink all night, they coming with it. You know, so I get it.
But I tell my
get it.
bartender, I tell everybody, we don't sell liquor and food. We sell the experience.
Period.
So if
That's
you give
what
them
I
that
used to say.
experience,
Yep.
it's over. It's over and
Yep.
done with. They're gonna keep coming back and messing with you. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk security, because, you know, we plugging y'all clubs today. So I know y'all take security serious. Like, what's y'all toleration of BS, and how is it with y'all security at your clubs?
I'm gonna let you go first.
I've had the same security since I started out. Like this is answering the question, but it's not.
Okay.
And I was joking the other day on Facebook. I said I should have been an A&R. I discovered a lot of people.
Okay.
Like a lot of bartenders. We had different celebrities, rappers, Instagram models that were nobodies until we brought them, and then all of a sudden they blew up. And even with the security game, like DJs, I mean, we could start from
All
the
of
top
them,
to the
yep.
bottom.
Yep.
You know, I remember certain guys coming on the scene at, you know, security and giving them a shot, and now they the biggest game in town. You know what I mean? Like, so it's bigger than just like you said, the food and the bar and all that type of stuff. It's everything collectively as a whole. But I've had the same security guard since I started, from promoting till now. I've used the same company. And one of my family member of mine, Big D, he's retired now, but D was with me from the very
Dion
first
at the
day.
door.
The very first time I started. So security is a big point. Even I even sometimes take losses just to pay security because I
Right.
want people to feel safe.
Exactly.
I want to
You
feel
got
safe.
to.
So if I want
Got
to feel
to.
safe, I want my customers to feel safe. And, you know, you dealing with a bar, things going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get some knuckleheads for the most part. But, I mean, it's all love and family up there. We don't really have problems, you know, in the police. Despite of what people may think. You know what I mean? Like, it's all love. We get all walks of life of people that came in there. I met some Caucasian ladies the other day at Firebirds. And they was like, oh, man, we can't wait to come. And, you know, it's all love. You know
it's all
what
the
I'm saying?
networking.
Like,
Yeah, everybody.
Definitely.
so security is a big part, and I feel like at all costs, this go anybody listening, any club owner, promoter, you cannot cut costs with security. I understand
Period.
that. You know, you got to look at it as an investment. When you plant a seed, that seed don't always grow. And I know I try to help out my promoters as much as I can because I come from that. I understand. Even though, like I tell them, I never had parties that didn't do nothing or I lost or nothing like that. But I do understand the flip side of it. And I want to help them win as well. So sometimes I help them bite the cost on security.
Right.
They be like, oh, man, I bring my own security. I got, no, We're going to use who we use.
Say use
You know
who
what I
we
mean?
use.
Use
It's
no
just-
outside
yeah, you
security.
can't.
Use my
Yeah,
security.
better
Yes.
safe than sorry.
So security is the biggest factor for me. It ain't even about the money. It's the security.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's been plenty of times where I took a loss and bit the out of my pocket for the cost of security,
Right.
just for the sense of peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, definitely. I was, like I said, my brother, he taught me a lot, and that was his main thing, security. He was like, I don't care how much security costs, you pay the security bill, no matter what.
Yeah.
He said, you
sure.
can never have not enough. So
That's-
always get as many as you
right.
can. We didn't have concerts, we didn't have 60 security. We don't need 60, but I
No,
want
for
everybody
real.
to feel safe.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Especially
But
when you got a packed house.
yeah, definitely. But like he was saying, we don't use outside security. We use our team. Like my team, they've been with me since day one.
Okay.
And most of them like cousins, brothers, and, you know what I
Okay.
mean, family
Yep.
members for
Yep.
real. So they know the importance of keeping everybody safe.
Period.
You feel what I'm saying? So we own that 24/7. So yeah, security is like,
Especially
that's-
if you're using outside. We just started using outside promoters. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Before it was just us doing it. You know what I mean? But when you use outside promoters again, they want to try to get the cost a little bit down, and I
Yeah.
understand that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what I try to get them is like, look, if you coming in as a promoter, you're gonna have to be family too. You're gonna have to be on the same team, same accord as we are. It ain't no beefing, it ain't no animosity with this person, that person. We all gotta be on the same accord. And the number one thing is safety.
Yep.
That's it. You know what I mean? Because that's just that's the rule of the that's it. You can go somewhere else and throw another party, and the bartender can go get another job being a bartender. The cook can go somewhere else. But can we go get another spot just like that
Right,
tomorrow?
right.
Yeah.
This is our livelihood, and this is how we eat, and this is how we take care of our kids and our family. Because not only do we benefit from this, it's a 360. Everybody around us and our circle that we love benefit from this too.
Yeah.
So it's like when you take this away from me, what I'm gonna do now? Can I come work for you? Can I go? It ain't the same. So
Right.
they gotta respect that. That's,
they
that's
do.
my biggest thing.
And I definitely told my security team that before in the meeting. Like my cousin, he'll tell you. That's one thing he tells everybody. He said, I tell people all the time, like, where Bobo gonna stay at? He gonna stay on your couch? If he can't stay on your couch, don't do nothing. Chill. You know what I mean? But anytime we have an
That's
issue
real,
at
though.
arena, like whoever we got an issue with or whoever had issues in the arena, we always talk to them like one-on-one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a man, like a woman. I always bring them to the table and let them know what they did. You know what I mean? And,
Like
and
far as customer wise?
yeah, customer wise. You know what I mean? Because customers need to know, like he said,
Yeah,
what are we
yeah.
gonna do after this if you mess it up for us? Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? You gonna put some money in my pocket? No, you ain't gonna put no money in my pocket. It's hard to get another spot. It's hard to get a liquor license. And with COVID,
definitely
since
is.
COVID happened, everything's hard to get now. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying? Or it takes longer than normal.
I had I get a lot of advice, you know, from different club owners. People that been, I'm not asking nobody that's not been in, and so, you know what I mean? I
Right.
can't ask you how to get
Right.
a Rolls Royce and you ain't
Right.
got one. So
That's right.
I'm asking somebody that's been in a position that I,
Right.
you know, my
Makes
business
sense.
mentors, and one of the guys, he been around for like 40 years. He said, B, you know, if they don't agree with you or the security or your decision you make, ask them, tell them what you got invested in Napoleons, and tell them, give me that, and
Yep, I do that all
like,
the
look,
time.
this is what you got, which is a large number over time. This is what I give me that, and I go relocate somewhere else, and I go
Right.
start over.
Right.
And I bet you they start looking up in the sky here. So I ain't going. Like if you gonna take from my plate and people don't understand that we could have nice stuff if we just come together. Everybody
together,
act
yeah.
like they got some sense. Because I go a lot of places. Even I go down the road, Cincinnati, they don't really act like that. It's a whole
they
different
don't.
vibe. It's a 45 minutes away. It's a whole different
They dance.
atmosphere.
They looking at the
They
muggers.
dance.
They dancing. They
They
kicking, having
interact.
fun.
They have fun. They ain't worried
Doing
about
all
the
that.
We
BS.
go out of town. We spend this money, VIP section, parking is no issue. And when I go somewhere, I don't care where I go. If this man tell me it's $200 for a bottle, I'm giving him $200. If he say, "Hey B, here you go, replace it later," I'll replace it later.
Replace it later.
I ain't. Hey, go get such and such. I'm gonna pay. That's how it go.
Right.
That
That's how
man
I
coming
do
to
it.
Police, he ain't never
Right.
said go
I
get B,
ain't
go
never
get
did.
Doc. Like
Yeah.
he
Right.
paying. That's how it should be. And that'd be my biggest problem with my people. Like, how you expect us to win when, you know, y'all want everything for free? Or
He said it again so they can know what you talking
how you
about.
expect
For the
us to
people in the
win?
back.
Like, if
Thank
y'all
you.
always want a discount, or you don't understand how many people come up to me. Let me get a shot. Let me get a drink. I'm hungry. Let me get this. Let me get that. And it's like, I don't ask nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't
Period.
ask nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
Period.
I pay my way for everything in life that I want. If it's my friend, stranger, I try to support it. I can't be everywhere at all the time, but I try to support everybody, and I don't want no discount. I don't want no discount.
I don't want no discount
And I don't think
either.
people
Right.
understand that
Yeah.
unless they is in our
And
shoes. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
So I know these clubs keep y'all pretty busy. I know y'all got kids and lives. How is it juggling fatherhood or relationships, trying to do a business and still work with your kids? And how's the juggle?
man, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie. You know, man, I got kids in high school, middle school, and elementary, so it's hard. You know what I mean? And they doing every sport possible. It's definitely hard, but you know what? I actually, more recently in the past couple years, I've actually set time to the side for everything. You know
Got
what I
to,
mean?
right.
Now I don't have time for myself, but
Right.
I set it to the side for everything else. Like my kids is number one. Got to take care of them. You know what I mean? Because this is like pertinent for them right now.
Right,
I mean,
right.
they're teenagers, so they need me right now. Now when they get 18, 19 and they gone, that's cool.
Ease
You
back
good
a
now,
little bit,
yeah.
like-
I can chill now. But yeah, for the most part, like I learned how to, you know what I mean, manage my time somewhat. Now it's sometimes where I get like super busy because the bar's slow. So now I got to work harder. I got to do stuff myself so I can cut back on costs. But still, I got to be there for my kids.
Right.
But my kids understand. They understand what I'm doing.
Right.
And I want them to see, like, you don't get nothing free in this world. You got to work for it.
Right,
And
that
I'm
part.
grinding. There's been times
I know
where
they say.
we make $50 on the bar. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like, dang, I got to pay security. I got to pay this person. I'm still paying them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm showing my kids this. They
Right.
see this. They know bills is due. My overhead at arena, oh, it's crazy.
Listen, I
It's
can't
stupid.
even imagine.
It's stupid. If we was to ever close down, I got debt, man, listen, I don't know what I'm be. I might be in the police, I don't know. Might be over there cooking something, cutting down the cost or something. But nah, I try to show them, you know what I mean, like it's a grind, you feel what I'm saying? So I bring them in the arena, you know what I mean? Even though I don't like them being in the club, in the bar, but I bring them in there so they can see it every once in a while. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And that gives me time with them as well as me having to do
Right,
something in the bar
right.
during that time. But they get to
And
see
give 'em
what
business
daddy
etiquette,
doing.
too.
Yeah, nah, definitely. And they got a business coming too.
Period.
Bobo's Tees.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for me, it was hard. Like now, as times, like actually my 6-year anniversary coming up soon, but it's actually 7 years that I've been owning
Right.
my own spot. At first, I was working sun up to sundown from the time I opened my eyes to the time I closed my eyes, and I'm pretty sure
Grinding.
he can tell you. You know what I mean? I done been in there, seen him sweeping up, cooking,
Yeah.
bartending. I mean, it's a lot of
Gotta do
people
what you
think
gotta
that owning the club, oh, your job is fun, and I bet y'all be turned. No, we be waiting on 2:30. Like, hey, no, for
Hey,
real.
listen, my
like,
brother would text
yeah.
me like, bruh, it ain't 2:30.
Like,
I'm like,
literally,
man,
we be
listen.
waiting on 2:30, like to hit the lights. Like people having fun, but like this is a job for us. People forget this is a job every single day, no days out, day in, day out, day in, day out, and it take a lot of strength and endurance. I see them guys that we not just in the club. We at Restaurant Depot. We at Sam's Club. We doing all this.
You know, I done seen y'all in
Somebody
some
else-
places.
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
Somebody else is supposed to be doing it, but they
gotta
called
do it.
off. So guess who that falls back on? That falls back on us. So, but my kids understand. I sacrificed a lot, and with time and stuff as first, and they would be there right with me. Like you said, sometimes my daughters, I don't really like them being in the bar like that, but they do understand. My son understand. He's 16 now, and my 22-year-old, she worked with me now. So it's
Okay.
like, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And like you said, it's they're looking for. They ain't seeing me out smoking and drinking, turned up. They seeing me working hard. They seeing me the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? So it's motivating them to be. My daughter like, I don't want to go to college. I want to be self-made. I want my own business. My son like, Daddy, I want to do
there's
this.
nothing
I
wrong
want
with
to
that.
start cleaning carpet.
Yeah.
Like at 16, he wanted his van and he wanted
Ready
to get
for
out
his
and
own
work.
business,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So I understand the assignment. So yeah, it's a lot of sacrificing and it's hard, but I've learned to find balance now. If I can't be Superman. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've learned that.
Right.
I can't run myself in the ground mentally because I'm trying to do all these things. I'm trying to be an octopus. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And that's what it is. It's like this all the time. It's you just like this, and it never stops. It's like as soon as you think it stopped, here goes something else. Coming. Always.
Yep.
Always. People don't understand that part.
Right.
Yep.
This is a very, very tough business, and it is not for the weak. It's
Say not for
only, it's only
not
for
for the weak.
the strong.
No,
and
for
they,
real.
And I think the perception is that they think, you know, it is a very lucrative business, but at times, it's like anything in life. You got up and down, up and down. That's the seesaw and the teeter of life. So it's like you got to be able to take those punches. I've been taking punches for 2 years, and I'm still here. You know what I mean? And they missed the beat. You know, so those are the things that we might have got money for 3 years.
Right.
And now we on the downstroke. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you got to be able to suffice that too until it get back to,
it get back where
you know
we
what I'm
need to get
saying?
to.
So
Right.
that's a lot of people think that we make all this money and y'all making hand over fist because they see crowds or they see people in the bar. No, this is just keeping the business open.
yeah.
So now when you stealing or now when you asking for these drinks or you trying to sneak and connive and get over on us, it ain't doing nothing but hurting nobody. It's hurting us.
Right.
The community, these are community-based businesses,
Right.
small businesses.
Right.
We're not a big chain. We're not Bar Louis and all
Right.
these different places
Right,
like this
right.
that are nationally known and getting government grants and funded money.
Yeah,
this
we
is
not gonna
us.
do that.
No,
This
for
This is
real.
us,
No,
our
for
own
real.
dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
So it's like, why wouldn't you want to help your brother or your sister to, you know, because we give back. Hey, that man give back. We all give back. It ain't like we just take it. I give back every day.
Yep.
I'm feeding people from the neighborhood every day. Man, that's whew. Yeah, we go.
Listen.
I go on. You open
Hey,
up a
listen,
can.
that's
Listen,
a
go
can
ahead,
right there,
listen. I don't listen. Say
Because
what you
people don't
gotta
understand, like you
say.
said, people don't understand, like, this is hard.
Right.
I remember when Mike got RSVP. When he
Yep.
called me, he was like, man, you never told me. I said, never told you what? How hard this is. I said, I've been telling you, don't do this. I said, stay a promoter, bro. You see what it is. Like, yeah, like you say, you make money, but it's times you don't make money. Like you said, they've been on downstroke 2 years. It's been like that for us too.
Right.
So I gotta throw concerts and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
But not every concert is profitable.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Still
saying?
got so
Everybody
many people
think
to pay.
I'm making $100,000 off this concert. No, I made $50 for real once I paid everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really didn't
Including
make
the
nothing.
talent, right.
Yeah. And people don't understand that. They just think we just throwing dollars everywhere at home. No, I'm not doing that. For real, I'm not.
Right.
I'm struggling just like you. You know what I mean?
Making it happen.
Making it happen.
Period. So that brought me to my next question, which y'all basically kind of answered. Do you incorporate your kids and your family into your job? Do you have a lot of your family working with you in your businesses?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I got brothers, cousins, sisters, niece. Like, they all come on board. Like, when I
Okay.
do concerts, when they see a lot of my family, it's because I trust my family. It's not
Of
that I don't
course.
trust people.
Of course.
It's just I know my family has my best interests at heart.
Exactly.
So when we dealing with a lot of money on concert nights,
You
I
want
make sure
people
I
in
put them
position
in
that
place.
you
Yeah.
know.
When you're dealing with all
Yeah.
that cash like that,
Man,
it's
listen.
easy for things to go missing without.
Yep.
You know, it could just be a small here over this corner, something
Yep.
got missing over here, and that it add up at the
They
end.
add
of
up
the
at the
day.
end.
And
But
for-
me and my brother, the way we do it, I don't know if you do it like this. Every day, I account for 5% being stolen from me. Every day.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a given.
Yeah.
Just as a given. Because somebody going to steal no matter what.
for sure.
What?
Even in the kitchen.
It's not even necessarily.
It
it's
ain't even
not
stealing. They don't even know they stealing. They just do it.
It's not necessary. People think always it's stealing, like taking money out the cash register. No,
Okay.
that's not. I done
Overpour
called
shot.
overpouring shot, giving your friend a drink, making you
Yeah.
something to eat in the kitchen, and you didn't pay for it. I
Yeah.
tell them all, and that may be one of the biggest problems that I have is like people want to eat for free and stuff like that, and
Yep.
food is at an all-time high. So it's like I can't feed you, pay you.
Listen, you ain't got to tell
I
me about
gotta
no food.
pay for your drinks. I gotta pay for your food, and I gotta pay you. Like, nah, I
'Cause this
can't.
ain't McDonald's.
Say and
This
pay
ain't
you. You
McDonald's.
still want
The-
to
my
check
first
after you
year-
running up a
My
check.
first year, my accountant told me I lost $70,000 alone for my
Damn.
employees. And it's a number
believe
game.
it.
You have to understand numbers to get money. This all is a number game. So if I got 10 or 12 employees and they taking a cheesesteak home at $8, and then I got that's $100. That's just a cheesesteak, but no, they want Alfredos and the loaded potatoes with extra this and extra that and shit I don't even have on the menu. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a $20 potato, right? So if I got 10 of y'all and y'all all eating for free, that's like $200 a day. That's $6,000 a month. Now you do that times 12 months. Now you add it up. Now it makes sense. So I got 12 employees on payroll. This person want a beer. Oh man, we was swamped in there today. Let me get a beer. I get them a beer and a hamburger or something. I'm saying it. The small things add up. So now it's like I'm not being petty, but I can't afford it. Like if you just can't afford to pay you. And
see, his accountant told him, "We ain't got no account. I am the accountant."
Say you are
I told myself, "Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you." So when I used to work at Fazoli's when I was a kid, they had a sheet, a sign-in sheet. So you sign in, you know what I mean, and you put your food down that you're gonna get for the night, and that was free. So when I came with Arena. Nah, they don't take it out your check or nothing like that. It's just free food.
Okay.
But they want to know what you take.
Right.
So when I did Arena, I did the same thing. So the first one, I'm like, oh, nah. Cost too much money. So I said, you know what? I do 50% off for employees.
Yep.
Did that, they was raping me.
Yeah.
Even when I was doing 50-cent wings, they was raping me.
25% at the restaurant because it was tearing us up. Everybody want to eat all day.
At this point, I'm at like just eat at home. Don't
Man, listen, I don't get no discount, man. You gotta pay for your food.
Like any other job, eat
for
before you
real.
come to work.
Yeah,
For
now
real.
you got to.
I got one of my friends. He own Pop. Well, he don't own Papados. He run Papados. He like, man, they was getting lobster tails and all type. You know,
I can't imagine being in a place
so
like
now
that.
you can't even eat on your shift.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot eat on your shift. You have to come in here and eat when you're off.
I know that's
You know what I
right.
mean? And there's no discounts. Like,
I don't do no discounts no more. Ain't none.
it's
No,
too
for
high.
real, because people will do
They was
you.
raping me.
That is hilarious. So, Brandon, you know we've been waiting on this question. So, you knew we was going to put you on this hot seat. So, I got to ask, are you dating? Is there someone special? And if you're not dating, what are you looking for in a woman?
I ain't really looking for nothing for it, because what's for me
It's a
is gonna be for
relationship
me.
show.
You know what I
Period.
That's a
mean?
relationship show.
So I think so. Currently, I am single. You know what I mean? I'm open to date. I just want peace. Whoever make me happy and give me some peace, then I'm cool. I don't ask for
even
much.
she's like 65 years old.
I might, yeah.
She giving you peace.
Yeah. At this point, that's
She
all
going
I
to be
want.
his piece at
Not for real,
65.
like that's really it though. Like
65.
it ain't no certain age, gender. Like I want a young, but I do want to just be at peace. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So yes, I am single. If anybody I want to shoot y'all a shot, you know, shoot.
I know that's
You plugging in.
They shoot they shot.
So get your DMs.
Yeah.
You about to blow
And
up
I
today.
got
You gonna text me like, bro, look at this.
I got my
Everybody
emails
about to
in
go
inbox me,
crazy.
yo.
I got my eye on a few things, but you know, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I ain't gonna.
You give them the googly eyes when you see him in there.
Oh, that's funny. So, Ty Bobo, is it better working with the partner? Does it ease some of the stress of the business?
Yes or no? I mean, yes, because you know what I mean, the trust, and I know she knows my end goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when I say no, because if you with that person, you with them all day.
Whew.
Man,
So y'all go home together, y'all go to work
it's,
together.
it's too much. So you know what I mean? You don't want that, but I mean, it's cool though. It's cool. It's definitely cool.
It's more beneficial though
it's
than
beneficial
not
for sure.
beneficial.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
I love it. You know we love poon. Okay, so what is the message or lesson that you hope for your kids to learn through your hard work?
For me, it's that like you don't have to be the stigma. You don't have to be a rapper or drug dealer or in the streets to have money. Like you go to work and work hard for yours, and can't nobody take that away from you. So that's the biggest lesson for me that my kids are learning. It brought me to tears the other day. My daughter turned 22, and she been with me her whole life, and I've been drilling her like my dad drilled me, you know. And as she's gotten older and, you know, started liking boys and that type of stuff like that, she doesn't express herself as much as she used to. And the other day, she was a little intoxicated on her 22nd birthday. At the end of the night, it was just like friends, family, staff. You know, a bunch of people. All the club crowd was gone, and we did a shot, and she was just like, man, you know, I am spoiled, but I work hard for man. And she do. She worked 50. Right. At one point in time, she's working 60 hours a week. She was just like, you know, my dad taught me everything, and I understand now. I get it. And she was just letting it all go, and it was just like I couldn't hold back. I just started crying. That's what I do it for.
Dad,
you know what I mean? Like to see that you really get it now. Like you understand. You ain't got to depend on no man, nobody else but you. You got to work hard, and she see that. You know what I mean? Like if I work hard, I can buy a car. I can travel. She went on a 2-week vacation. I ain't never been on a 2-week vacation. She went to Houston for a week and Miami for a week. Like what? Like yeah, for sure. And then she learned how to save her money, you know, and the importance of working hard. So I feel like, you know, sometimes I like, damn, I could have been a better dad, or I could have did this different, but I feel like, man, I did the best I could, and it's paying off. You know what I mean? And the spirit just overcame it. I literally broke down. Like, man, this what I do it for. It wasn't no better feeling in the world than that. You know.
That's dope. That's dope. I want that feeling too.
Yeah, it'll come.
So what is the lesson you hope to teach yours, Bobo?
I mean, the biggest lesson for me is like just doing something. Don't think you don't have to do nothing. Like you got to work for it. Like I've been drilling that in them since they started talking. Like you got to work for what you want. And if you don't work for what you want, you're not gonna get nothing. You're gonna be dead or in jail. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing that with my kids. My kids know what it is. You go to school. Yeah. You got to go to school and get these grades. Because 2 things. Either your good grades going to get you into school, or your good grades going to help you learn what you need to learn
for life.
And put it in your head for life. You can use it in anything that you do. You don't have to go to college to be successcul. You feel what I'm saying? I went to college, but I ain't finished. And I'm successful. Somewhat, I guess I'm successful.
Oh, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? But I'm showing them that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like my kids, they have high hopes. You know what I mean? They want to go to Ivy League schools. My son want to play football at a big school. And I want them to pursue that. But don't think nothing can happen in along the way and just deter you from that to where you got to go somewhere else. Because that's what I had to do. I was on the right path, then I went to the wrong path. Now I'm back on the right path, wrong path. Now I'm here. On the right path. So now I want them to see, yeah, you can go through something and still come up out of it strong. But you got to push and keep pushing no matter what.
For sure. So I know outside of being club owners, you know, you already said you don't get no personal time, because I sure was getting to that. I was like, what do you guys like to do in your downtime outside the club? Like when you do get a moment to, what are some of the things that you like to do?
You know what I like? Go ahead.
I like to sleep. I ain't gonna lie.
What I like to do when I'm not working, I want peace and quiet. I don't want the radio on, the TV on.
I can imagine.
I just want to be
radio on. I don't listen to the radio all day. I hear that stuff all day, every day. I'm around loud noise people. When I go home, I smoke my little hookah, relax, and it's quiet. Like I want it quiet. That's it. So manage just relaxation. That's why I feel like you gotta be my peace or peace. That's my motto, because I'm always around so much chaos and busy.
Right.
Like I just like to chill. I don't drink no more, so I don't really want to be in a bar or nightclub when I'm not working, just because that's what I do for a living. I want to be I want to eat and sleep, like he said. I want to catch up, because we don't sleep. Our sleep pattern is like erratic, like a newborn baby. So it's like when you get that rest, that window, you got to catch it.
So you
like,
catch it. Don't want to hear nothing.
Listen, I wanted it to be a real snowstorm today.
Yeah, me too. That's why I was prepared, like, oh yeah, they gonna cancel it. Like,
listen, because I was definitely gonna be like, I hope it ain't too bad, because I'm gonna have to cancel it.
I want one just because I wanted to close down, but we ended up closing down anyway because we had a few people sick.
Y'all close today?
Yeah, we closed.
Okay, for sure.
But next Wednesday we jumping. Hookah bullshit.
Okay. So outside of doing with yourself, what do you like to do with your kids when you get a chance?
Me and my son, we just started going to basketball games, high school basketball games.
That's the question.
Did she? What you skip? You must want to answer that one.
Which one?
No, because it's a good question. You skipped 13.
Oh, yeah, 13 you did.
That's the one I just asked. Outside of the club owners, you guys are friends. Do you hang out outside of the club? Okay, that was the one because I incorporated it. Okay.
We don't like go out and stuff like that, but we talk on the regular. If I need anything, Bobo there for me. I don't care who it is. I can call Dave, Dion, any bar owner in Dave.
Right, and that's
if I need
good.
some
I like
cups,
that
some
camaraderie.
sparklers, if they need something, I don't care what it is. Like we pretty much all on the same accord. You know what I mean? It's all love with all of us. You know what I mean?
I think everybody need to know that too. Like,
it is. Yeah, for sure.
It's not a competition thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's never
It's more of a
competition.
family thing.
Definitely. We all try to help each other out,
Sure.
no matter
Any
what.
way possible.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
love that.
It's
I
all
love
love.
that.
You know,
Try to ease
and
the pain.
we all busy, so it's like when I'm pretty sure when he not working, he with his family, his girl, you know,
Right,
vice versa.
right.
I'm catching up on what I needed. So it's like I'm pretty sure none of us really probably hang out like this
Right.
on a regular, but we all
I
stay in
see
tune
each
with each
right,
other.
Stay in touch.
Yeah, through via text, Instagram, Facebook. It's all love.
You have a
we run into each
camaraderie.
other once a week at the stores. anyway.
Definitely do.
So
That's what's
Definitely
up.
do.
That's what's up. Okay. So now, what do you do with your kids in your spare time when you get a chance?
Yeah, like I said, with my son, we go to the high school basketball games.
Okay.
My daughters, we really don't do too much. They really just want to sit down and talk. You know what I mean? So
It's
I
a
don't
girl
mind that.
thing,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't mind
it's a girl
that because I
thing.
don't have to go nowhere. I'm cool with that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
you gotta spend
but
no
they
money
do
to
like
talk.
to eat though, so we gotta go out to eat every once in a
Oh,
while.
that's
but,
what's up. And sit down and talk. That's
But
good
for the most
daddy-daughter
part,
time.
Yeah, that's all I do with my kids for real. Nothing special. Because they in a lot of activities too, so we
Okay.
can't do a whole lot.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
With my work
okay.
schedule and they kids schedule, I guess.
Right,
I don't know what you want to
they
call
school
it.
schedule and sports schedule and stuff,
So
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
For me, what do? We like to eat, so we go out to eat. We go to Cincinnati or Columbus or somewhere. We just get on the road and just go and just have a fun day.
That's good
got that
stuff.
lamb chop?
That's
Yeah.
good stuff. I
My
love
fault, I
that.
ain't mean to ask that.
Today? No, tomorrow. We'll have none until tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, I know y'all done seen some of the craziest things as club owners. Like I know y'all, like y'all said earlier, you don't even know which story to pick. But what's one of the the funniest, craziest thing you've seen as a club owner?
One of the craziest things. I ain't never really told nobody this. I ain't never put it on social media.
Give it to us.
We caught somebody having sex
Shut
In the bathroom?
the
right
front
outside the bathroom.
door.
It was deep in there.
What?
She had a dress on. She propped it up. She backed up on him. He was going to town. Going to town, you hear me? Listen.
That's crazy.
I don't even know how we found out.
That alcohol
what
got
it was?
to them.
I seen it
They
on
couldn't
camera.
even wait till they got
couldn't wait till they got
home.
home. No, it was deep. It
They
was like crazy that night.
What?
And they was just, I'm looking on camera like,
So
what
people
is they
coming in out the
doing?
bathroom.
Man, listen. And everybody just looking, walking off like it ain't nothing. Like, do they not know what they doing? I went out there, I'm like, bruh, you tripping. He pushed her up off of it, he going like this, like, nah, you tripping, bruh. Y'all banned forever,
Say
man.
forever. Don't ever
Yeah.
come back.
One of the funniest things I seen, though, this lady fell out the stool. It ain't funny, but she came in drunk, and we wasn't serving her no drinks. I think we might have had some people down from our other spot in Cincinnati, like just kicking it, and she just so happened to be in there, and she flipped out that stool. Like, it's funny, and I got a lot of bloopers I'm about to post too on my reels. I'm
That's
about to
what's
get my
up.
reels
Yes,
up.
get your reels up.
Get my reels up.
Yes,
These bloopers,
I
man.
love it. What about you, Brandon?
One of the it's so many. I was sitting over here just trying to think. Like my memory bank is so many that I can't even remember. One of the funniest things is a childhood friend of mine, Robbie Odell, rest in peace. He passed away last year. He would come up to the club and be dancing. Anybody that know Robbie, he was just full of life. He was a jokester. He was always a silly guy. Did you know Robbie?
I didn't.
Robin Odell?
I probably
on
if I
Facebook?
seen a picture.
Yeah.
Because that's me. You know,
Real goofy
bartenders, we
dude,
remember
like-
drinks and
Yeah.
faces. We don't remember names.
Real goofy guy. And you had to know Robbie for this to probably be funny, but he would always be dancing and dancing and dancing. He would take his shirt off, real fat dude. Just take his shirt off, dancing. He like, B, you gonna take me home tonight? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take you home. So it was at the end of the night already. So sometimes if we don't have nothing to do, like I said, I ain't got no woman, so I go home when I go home. You know,
Right.
Some days we shoot pool in there late, or we just be kicking it.
Right,
you know?
right.
And this particular day, it was kind of late. It was about 4-something in the morning, and it was actually wintertime out. It was cold out. And he was like, man, you gonna take me home, B? I'm like, yeah, give me a few little minutes, whatever. He danced, he drunk, he feeling the music. Ain't nobody in there but like me and him and maybe one other person. So it's time to get ready to go. I call his phone. I'm like, man, where you at, bro? It's time to go. He like, come pick me up, take me home. I said, I know. That's why I'm asking you. Where you at? He said, bro, I'm next door. I'm at the church. I said, at the church? What you doing, bro? He like, none of your business. I'm over here talking to God. I pull up to the church. This fool laying at the front door, literally just drunk, laying at the front door, just like, I'm like, bro, I get out the car. I'm like, Robbie, what is you doing? He's like, this between me and God. Don't worry about it. I'm talking to my brother. I'm like, man, get your ass up. Let's go. Like, you had to be there. It was just a real funny moment. One of the craziest moments I've ever seen. Somebody got in a car and they ran across. They thought they pulled out the grass and they went straight from the front door, just straight across the parking lot. And this man had a fence and he was about to run into the man's house, but he got caught in the fence. Like, I mean, he literally just went straight through the grass, like that little grassy area right there, and went right over there to that house, and that fence stopped him. He was gonna go right in that man's house. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I got some crazier ones than that. I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, that is hilarious. So, I know yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Mm-hmm. This pandemic has threw everything through the roof and economy going crazy. How has the rise in the prices affected business? How has that been?
I'm gonna let him go first.
I feel like, to me, the government didn't do enough to help small mom and pop places like us. You know
I agree.
What I mean?
I agree.
And not only us, it's harder for us, but I look and I just, when I'm going out different places, I eat out a lot because when I go out manifesting, like, oh, I want something like this one day.
Right.
When I'm out of town, I can have this too. They're no different than me, him, and I. You know what I mean? God blessed him with a brain and everything. So I'm like, if they can get it, we can accomplish this too.
Right.
But I was out to eat the other day, and I was at a plaza in maybe Sugar Creek, Washington Township somewhere, and the whole plaza was empty. It ain't just Consumer Square. It's everywhere. So people are going out of business left and right. And it's to the rise of the prices of the economy. You know what I mean? Not enough money floating around like it was, and it's rough for us. Some food is going back down, but now I watched them switch it. Now it's the plastic and the cups and stuff.
It's
it's not even the food.
Exactly. The food containers.
And so it's like they smart. They know we still got to get this stuff. Aluminum foil is up through the roof right now. Like, I mean, you cannot even imagine
that roll in
list.
Restaurant Depot.
It's $100.
No, no.
Real talk, for real.
That used to be $20.
Come on, even the little pop-up foil that went up.
Oil, everything.
Now oil done went crazy.
So it's the food. Some of the food is going back down, but they reversed the roles. It's the other stuff, the dry goods and stuff like that. It's rough. I held on as much as I could to my old prices before I tried to put it off on the customer. It was like I had to, and even the $1 or $2 raise on things still wasn't enough because then it wasn't a $1 or $2 raise on the goods.
Right.
And it's like right now, man, it's just. It made it rough for us, you know. I've learned in life to just stay down. You know what I mean? Eventually you will come up.
Yep.
Just do the right thing. Just stay down. We ain't trying to cut costs, cut corners, and do you know what I mean?
Right.
Just do what's right and weather the storm. That's all you can do. It's pros and cons to everything in life. It's just one of the cons right now. You just gotta adapt and adjust.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm just now adjusting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And adapting to it because, like he said, for the longest you try to keep the price low for the customer because I know in the community there's no money out there. So why am I going to charge you $20 for a shot? Why am I going to charge you $15 for 5 wings and a fry?
Right.
But I got to.
Right. Don't even want to, but I ain't got no choice.
You know what I mean? Because if I want to, you know what I mean, pay the electric, pay the water and all, I have to charge you this. If we want to keep this food in here, I have to do it. You know what I mean? Right now, we got a limited menu just for that reason because prices of the food
has went crazy.
I think we need the whole city, everybody to tune in and listen. This is very detrimental and important to
Give your
understand what's going on. Like, we ain't price gouging. We not
Nope.
doing none of that. And I
Nope.
tell people, I'm going to give it back to you, but I
No,
tell
you
people
good.
all the time, like, I wish that we could reverse the roles just for a day
Yep.
or a week.
Yeah.
With my staff, I want to
I
reverse
say
the
that
role
all the
with y'all.
time.
Let
Yeah.
me be the bartender, the cook, and you take on the responsibility for me. See how you feel as a customer. Get into my shoes for a week, and then you'll see
You'll
how I feel.
sympathize with the
Yeah,
business.
nah, that's right. I say that all the time. I wish y'all could see this. I wish y'all could be in my shoes, but you know what I mean? It's definitely hard. And I didn't want to change pricing last week, but we had to change pricing on a lot of stuff. I didn't do all my food just yet.
Send me your price.
But that liquor, I definitely took my prices up. Like, I had to.
Yeah, bottles
because
went-
bottles went up.
Yeah, they did.
No,
And
for
I didn't
real.
even know until I
did.
actually looked at my receipt because I
Yep.
got so comfortable with the prices being the prices it was
Right. Yep.
until I looked at my liquor bill last
Yep.
week. Like, hold on, this don't seem right. It was usually, if I order this, it's usually $1,500. Why is it $2,500?
No, for
So I'm calling
real.
them like, I think y'all messed up. They're like, nah. So
mistake
price of
has
this
been
went up, that went up, that went up. So I had to change my prices. And like you said, like dry goods, like cups and stuff, napkins, straws, that costs for us to buy. But we can't charge you for it.
Right.
I can only charge you for what you getting for real. I can't
Right.
charge you for this cup. I
Right.
wish I could.
Right.
Because I definitely tell you I need 5 cents for a cup.
Say that,
Because a lot of
listen,
people
'cause-
ask, can I get another cup?
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
cents.
because when that,
You know what I mean?
that pack costs.
It costs. For sure.
So that kind of almost leads to my next question. What do you feel is the key to longevity in this business?
For me, when I got Napoleon's, April the 17th, I believe, 2016, before that man shook my hand, he said, I've been in business since 1968. He said, and I'm okay. He said, you want to be here forever? He said, there's 2 things I ask you to do. He said, and that's follow the law and don't play with no liquor. And that's what I stick by.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, do what's right. You don't think that I want to stay up until 4 and 5 and sell liquor like everybody else do, but for what? That's gonna cause problems. The police gonna get involved. Liquor control gonna get involved. I want to do a lot of the things that these other bars and establishments that don't have liquor licenses do. Because some of those are making a lot of money.
Right.
And it's taken from people like us that's
Right.
following the law, that's
Right.
tax-paying citizens that went through all the steps. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, yeah, we break a little bit. You know, we do this. Like, even, and I'm going to just throw it out there, and it is what it is. Like,
Don't
even far as,
incriminate
like,
us.
I'm not. I promise I'm not. If they crack down on us, they have to come down on everybody.
Oh,
Even, I'm going to just go with something simple, like, far as the hookah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's doing hookah now. You know what I mean? And if you take that from us, they just gonna go somewhere where they can do it.
Right.
It's like y'all gotta let us do something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not staying open till 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning selling liquor. I'm not cutting the liquor. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But yeah, we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like everybody's doing it. You have to, and I feel like at first they were very, very strict on that, and now it's lenient. They don't
real
even care no
lenient now.
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. And I think they understand. Like they got to do something to get these people in here. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
shit, everybody's struggling.
No, for
you know what I'm
real.
saying?
No, for real.
Yeah, but the key to that is just doing what's right, being a good person, being positive, and not trying to get. I tell people all the time, I'm not here to get over on you. I'm not here to get a buck out of you for today.
Right.
Like I want to be here forever. What I look like getting over on you, or people be arguing, well, y'all double charge. What I got to double charge you for?
Right.
You come here every day. I want you to
Keep
I don't
coming
wanna,
back.
Yeah, I don't want to do nothing to jeopardize our relationship as a customer or even as a friend. So it's just really I feel like the key to longevity is just doing what's right, being a good person. It all comes full circle. You can't be a bad person and be out here trying to do business and expect
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Our success depends on people solely coming in spending money. with us.
You right.
So you have to be a good person. You have to be a people person. You have to get back to the community. You might have to bite your tongue a few times. You might have to turn the cheek one time. You know, so
Right.
it's a lot of different variables, but the core value is just being a good person, doing what's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I say for Arena, something my brother told me, just keep it real.
Right.
Keep it real with yourself, keep it real with the customers, keep it real with the police, the liquor board, all of that. So when he said the law and liquor, that
Right.
was like one of the main things my brother told me.
Yeah.
He said, you got to deal with the law, you got to deal with the liquor board.
yeah, right.
Them is your bosses.
That's-
Those are the only 2 bosses you
No,
got.
for real.
You feel what I'm saying? Even though I am a entrepreneur, I still have 2 bosses. So
Right.
when the police come in, I gotta respect what they say. So if they
sure.
tell me I need to do this, and that, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
They give me times where they lean in and let me do my thing, but they tell me you gotta calm down for a little while. So you know what I do? I don't do too much for about a month or 2 months.
Right.
So everybody be like, dang, Bobo, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, you right. I ain't doing. We just chilling. You know what I mean?
That's good that
but
they
they don't
even tell
they
you
don't know
that.
that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? People don't know this. So now people get to know it now. So for longevity, that's part of it. The other thing is having a strong foundation, like a team. Okay. As long as you got a strong team, you be cooked.
For sure.
Because if you ain't got that team, if your team ain't strong and understand what you trying to get to, and they're not on board with the goal, with the end goal.
Say that again.
Yeah. So like I do meetings with my team.
Okay.
So we do meetings once a month. Mandatory meetings. If you don't make it, you don't work here. The reason it's mandatory is because this is our family time. This is our family gathering.
Yep.
So we trying to get everything in motion the right way. So if I tell you this is what we doing. You come and you let me know what you think. We can implement it to try it out, or we might not implement it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the family is what keep the business together. Because say my security, or say he's my security, my head security guard. So my head security guard got to make sure all the other security guards do their thing.
Right.
But if my head security guard messing up, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna come in there, because now people say they done brought a gun in there, they had a knife in there,
Right.
they had all these fights in there. So now we stuck. So now you go to the kitchen. Person taking the food orders. If she got a nasty attitude or he got a nasty attitude, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna buy no food. Same with bartenders. You know what I'm saying? So that foundation gotta be strong. If it ain't strong, it's over. It's over.
They said Bobo ain't no joke in the meetings too.
Yeah.
For real.
They said Bobo ain't no joke.
For real.
Y'all don't play around, man.
He's smiling now. He
It's
real
serious,
with
but
me.
at the same time,
I done
like,
heard, boy.
yeah, we ain't gonna play.
Don't care who you is.
Yeah, it don't matter. I don't care who it is. I mean, me and my brothers, we done been in the meetings before, and me and him done got into it in the meeting.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everybody needed to see
Yeah,
that.
like you said, it's
Right.
like family time, and it's what stays here go on here during this meeting,
Right.
Because we have our meetings too, and shoot, there's been times where I done crashed out in the meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just fed up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And I feel like sometimes the bar business, from the customer standpoint and employee standpoint, it's like an adult daycare. If I'm not there to hold your hand and show you and
Man,
and be
listen.
there, like now when I'm there, you doing
He
everything.
said
you
adult daycare. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Like if I'm there, you doing everything you're supposed to do, and as soon as I walk out the room, it's like a little kid. You cutting corn, you doing stuff.
Right.
And even with the customers, they do the same thing as well.
You know what I
too.
tell my employees? I said, don't treat the managers like substitute teachers.
Yeah.
Right.
You know when you got a sub, you like, we got a sub.
Right.
Don't do that, because they
That's a
gonna
good
let me know
one.
what's going on. But
Exactly.
also,
Still
I
gotta see
see
the
my
principal.
cameras on the phone, so I know what
Right.
y'all doing. Y'all think y'all being slick, but y'all ain't being slick.
Right.
He had mentioned a point too before we go to the next one, how they'll tell him what they expect of him, the law enforcement and stuff like that. Before my liquor license was granted, they sent me. I had to sit in front of a panel of the sheriff's department.
Really?
Yes. And they signed off on my liquor license, and that was cool. He said, that business has been there for
I
a
never
long
heard
time.
nobody having to sit in front of a panel.
Yeah,
My brother had two in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I sat in front like a press conference. It was the captain, the whole little people, you know what I'm saying, the big hats of the department out there in that area. And they were just like, we're not there to condemn the business. Like, we wanted to be there. We just wanted to put the name with a face to see who's the license holder, who's going to be the owner, who's going to be the shot caller, who if we have a problem, who we contact. So, and they sat down and they just laid it out. Like, this is what we expect. This is what we're not going to tolerate. This is what, like, they just told me the do's and don'ts. You know what I mean? Like,
Basically,
you're a grown man. You can run it how you want to.
We telling you what we not taking.
And you won't have an issue out of us as long as you do this. And I don't have an issue out of them. They don't harass my customers. They ain't pulling people coming out of the lot.
Right.
I very seldom see them. And if we have a crowd, they know what's going on. They'll come back like, hey, we see it's picking up a little bit. If you need us to come back on Fridays and Sundays, and when you let out, just let us know. You know what I mean? And they'll sit there and they won't bother nobody. They just want everybody to get out safe. They make their job easier. They ain't trying to chase nobody down or nothing like that.
Right.
It's like, if you gonna act accordingly, we'll act accordingly too. And that's I try to keep a good rapport with them. You know what I mean? Because like I say, they don't bother me. Can't tell you the last time I seen them. But then there'll be spurts where they'll start we must ain't been around in a while. They getting a little bit, you know, let me start showing up again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I knew it was real. One time they called my phone, my cell phone. Like,
Yeah, that's when you know it's real.
yeah.
Nah,
And so
for real.
it woke me up that I'm not that same Brandon no more. I'm a different. I'm involved in the community.
That's
I'm
deep.
easy accessible.
Yep.
Yeah. And I knew it was like a different number, and it was the secretary. She's like, yes, this is such and such, and I'm the secretary for Captain Flag. He would like to speak to you, and I was like, speak. What happened? What's going on? Everything okay? You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, I just want to put a name with the face, and that's when they set that meeting. I mean, she didn't call the bar phone; they called my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? And just like, so it was my mentality had to change. I got to do what's right. I'm in the public eye. You know, it may be small, but it made me realize like who I was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a certain presence to uphold. I'm not that guy that y'all want me to be or y'all think I should be. Like, no,
Right.
I'm a businessman. I may not get it right. I might not be a Fortune 500 company dude, but you know, it's rough, and I'm taking the punches,
right.
and I'm trying. I'm trying to do the best I can.
You doing something right. For sure. So, what is something that you hope or plan to accomplish?
So for me, I hope to be a millionaire here soon.
I know that's right. Say that, claim
That's
it.
only because I want to build this generational wealth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
That's been our family goal for a long time.
You building
And that's
now,
a
though.
good-
Yeah, no,
you
we building
already
now.
are.
And
Steps is in place
We
now.
actually have taken a lot of steps. Like, we don't have just clubs. We got dispensaries. We got a medical business. Like, we doing some things. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it takes time. We planted the seeds. We just waiting for it to grow.
Yep.
You know what
Okay.
I mean?
That's it.
We done
Okay.
put a lot of money in some stuff.
That's dope.
So
Gotta
maybe one day
invest.
I'll be a
Gotta
millionaire here
invest.
soon. I ain't gonna say
I know
maybe.
that's
No, I'm
right.
speaking to existence.
You gotta say
I will be a
claiming it.
millionaire.
Period.
Yeah. Here soon.
Period.
Yeah, the steps, like you said, you know, when you plant those seeds, man, it sometimes it take a while to grow, but when they grow, I tell my staff, my friends, my family that, like, it takes one person to be the sacrificial lamb of the family to break that curse, to create generational wealth. And I feel like, well, if it takes me and I can endure it and I can stand it and I got the stamina to do it, then why not do it? If it takes me staying up, not getting no sleep, he'll be like, oh, man, you got to sleep, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, I understand what I got to do, but on the other hand, I understand I got assignments to fulfill, too.
Right.
So if it's up to me to... My parents didn't teach me about credit and Roth IRAs and mutual funds and stuff like that. Maybe
A lot of ours didn't.
Maybe because their parents did. You know, my daughter got a credit card authorized using now. Like, they're understanding business and things like that. Like I said, when my dad did, when I turned 16, he's like, I ain't buying you no car. I'll buy you a tow truck. The tow man keep plenty of money.
No, that's right.
I buy you a lawnmower and a weed eater. The lawnman keep. I'm like,
where
I don't
it's
want
at.
that. I don't want that. You know.
Yeah.
And my mama bought me a car. You know what I mean? I already tell your mama buy you a car. So now my son is about to be 16. I'm like, I'm teaching you how my father taught me. Nah, you gonna
Get him
this
a tow
van.
truck, look.
Or you gonna get this carpet cleaner. You live in Atlanta. You gonna
Right.
get out there. The average house in Atlanta, $300. You do one when you get out work.
Oh,
Why go
yeah.
work? Why go to school and get out and go work at McDonald's or Walmart to make $200 or $300 a week when you go do a job
one day.
in one day.
One day.
And then at 16, you
Couple
and your
hours.
friend can go do it. Now you train them. You've been detailing with me since you was 8 years old. You've been around me cleaning carpets. You know how to do it all. You got a business right there. So it may not seem like it's nothing to me or to somebody else, but that is being taught. You know what I mean? They see it. You know, so that's the biggest thing for me. My biggest goal too, as well, to answer that question, I plan to accomplish in the future is just making my kids entrepreneurs and boss, and my grandkids, because I got a 22-year-old daughter now. So pretty soon I'm gonna be my grandfather's stage. You know what I mean? So it's really not about me. I done had fun. I done seen it a lot. I done traveled a lot. I done a lot. So it's like. All that stuff that used to matter to me don't even really matter no more. I done it.
Right.
I done had it. I
Right.
done drove it. And you know, so it's like, it's about them kids now.
Yeah.
That's what my biggest thing to accomplish in my future would be, making sure that my kids are set up and successful when I'm no longer here. Because if something happened to me, everything that I created is theirs.
Right.
So my daughter is next in line at 22 is to train her up to look, if something happened to me, this is yours. Everything is yours. Now you do the right thing.
And know how to run it.
To disperse it with your brothers and your offsprings and stuff like that, so everybody will be cool. You know, so that's what I'm doing now. It ain't about me no more. It's over with for me. It's a wrap.
Right.
It's about them.
And that's what I tell people too. Like some of my friends, because they, like I said, I don't spend a lot of time with them. Don't spend a lot of time talking on the phone. I hate the phone, actually. I don't even answer my phone at the time because I don't like talking. You know what I mean? But I tell them too, like I got an end goal. You know what I mean? And my family is my end goal. You feel me? It ain't just for my kids, it's for my grandkids and my grandkids' kids. You know what I mean? Like it's for them, and I'm trying to build that. I got to start somewhere. Like you said, you got to start somewhere and run it.
You definitely do. Yeah. You definitely do. So, what's coming up for your clubs next, fellas? You know, what's events you got coming up? What's going on next? Feel free to get your plugs in and any type of promotion.
Yeah, we got the 6-year anniversary coming up February the 3rd. Napoleon's Reloaded. It's been a long 6 years. You know, we survived COVID. We survived the ups
They don't
and downs.
know how bad it was with COVID.
Man,
And can I be honest though, bro?
It was good and it was bad.
It was, but through COVID was so much of a blessing for me, and I'm mad because I didn't do the PPP, I didn't do the SBA, I didn't do none of that.
A lot of people
and the
did,
reason I didn't, that was the God body in me. I felt like they said they came out with the program was to help small business that really needed to help, and during COVID, I was doing 3 times the sales that I was doing before. So my sales skyrocketed times 3 during COVID. So I was really blessed. And it wasn't even liquor, it was all food. We were doing 5,000-6,000 a day just in food alone. That's a lot of food to be pumping out.
That's people couldn't go out no more.
A lot of food. And it was so much a blessing. It was actually like, it was humbling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, I couldn't believe it. And so for me, it's been tough. It's been times where I felt like I wasn't the man for the job, or I could no longer go on, and I felt like that was just the devil. Like, you know, like just get up and just learn to take it one day at a time. I learned to readjust my mental. Like, if I can look myself in the mirror and say, you know what, I did the best I can. Whatever outcome, I'm fine with that. You know, if I can look in the mirror and be like, you know what, B, you could have went harder, then that's a problem. And I am doing the best that I can with me, with minimal help. You know what I mean? And you know, personal. You gotta remember, we still a father, we still a brother, a son. We still got a lot of things. This is a big time responsibility that we got going on here, and I commend Bobo. You know, I probably never told him, but I think I did tell you that the other day. Remember, I made that post on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
I do. Like, man, you just don't know. Like, I see the grind in all these guys. You know what I mean? From Sheiks to, you got to grind or you ain't gonna make it.
Period.
If they closed down, they wasn't grinding. And I can't say that. It may be other variables, but for the most part, these guys is really grinding, putting it in their hard work, you know, and I can go from all the bars and restaurants around here.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean? The food trucks, everybody, man, just don't give up. Just keep going. Like, and y'all motivate me. You know what I mean? Seeing how y'all operate, seeing how Dion and these guys that's been in the game like me too, that's just operating, being positive and trying, they motivate me to keep going, because we all we got. You know what I mean? Like I say, ain't no competition, it ain't no hatred, no none of that. I want to see if he win, I win. You know what I mean?
Right.
We all gonna win. We in it together. You know what I mean?
You got to do your plug.
What's that?
You got to plug everything.
I am. That's what I'm doing.
Plug your promotion. Don't forget that.
We got the Napoleon's Reloaded anniversary coming up, 6-year anniversary coming up, February the 3rd, Friday. Reloaded Cleaning Solutions. We doing your carpet, whatever you need done. We got that going on. It's a few things I got coming up that I'm not gonna speak on, that I just I just want to because I've learned to speak on things and
you're right.
People steal your ideas. They'll try to backdoor you, come up on you. We were actually working on a couple other spots, some upscale fine dining spots that's in the making. So hopefully, you know, once we get this entity under control, we'll be able to come up with something else and just keep moving forward, you know, marching forward. It's all about elevation, and elevation sometimes requires separation. You're right. So you're not gonna always be with the people that you grew up with or that you started out with. The people that's most loyal to me, but outside of family, or people I met throughout my journey.
Right.
We didn't grow up together from kindergarten and stuff like that. Them was the guys that crossed me. You know, them was the guys that messed me over. It's the people that I met throughout my journey of life in business with the same business mentality that are more loyal than those people that I grew up with. You know what I mean? And it's sad, but that's pretty much all, got coming up promoting it. And other than that, you'll see what's going on pretty soon.
For sure. I know we will.
So for Arena, I'm about to go through every day. Hold on. Sundays,
I know that's right. I started to do that too.
I gotta do that.
Come on with it, do whatever you want.
I ain't got enough for Sundays this year. It's coming. Mondays, 75-cent wings. Tuesdays, $2 tacos, $2 drinks. Wednesdays, hookah and bullshit. Can I say that? Oh, okay. Thursdays, Arena on Thursday with Taisha or London. That y'all know about. Huh?
That ain't live on Sunday.
No.
The food, when they had the food.
The food on Thursdays, yeah. Fridays, I don't know what I call Fridays. For the females. We would say for the females.
Right.
Ladies' night. Saturdays, just a arena turn up on Saturdays. But I do got some other stuff in the making too. I purchased Aces with Greg.
Okay.
So gonna be jumping that here soon. As soon as we get the liquor license. I also got another spot and date and I ain't told nobody about yet. Maybe it's coming to fruition. I don't know.
Y'all see who working, though. So we see who working.
I'm trying to keep working. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on here. My brother probably gonna see this, but like, you tripping. But yeah, we got some stuff coming up here soon as well.
We love to hear it. We love to hear it.
This is a great show. I thank you for
Nah, this dope. I appreciate it. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I was nervous coming on here. It wasn't that bad, was it?
I told you that. I told you it's going to be a general conversation.
I just don't do this.
It's like sitting around chilling with your homies.
People really needed this stuff.
Yes, because people need to know who you are and the things that you go through. This is simply people getting to know you. They see y'all out in public and they just see you as this person that own this or this person. Y'all humans, y'all people, y'all have lives, families, struggles. So that's what I, try to do with this show. And to also, like I said earlier, to bring the flowers. We don't give enough flowers in the city.
No, we
so me
don't.
getting people to come sit down, this is me giving you your flowers because we see you. We see you grinding. We see you doing your thing. And these are the places we go. These are the places, we want our kids to go one day. So we definitely appreciate the efforts y'all taking to making it safe and to making it a nice, good place for people to come and be. And we know it's hard. Like I said today, it's hard. So keep grinding. Y'all definitely have done y'all thing. I appreciate y'all coming to sit down and take time. I know both of you. I can vouch for your clubs. Brandon, I don't know you since we was little. Like, I think like his brother was my first boyfriend at 10 or something. Like, so yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. Keep up what you're doing. Thank you for coming to sit down with us. I really appreciate it and keep on grinding because we're going to keep on supporting.
Definitely. I appreciate you.
And that's another episode of Around Town. And your girl Jenny with a G. You know where I'll see you.
That was all right.
Yes, you guys.
I like that. Thank you.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to watch it too.
You can watch it right now on YouTube. It was live. So
you got to tell me what the.
I sent you the link. It's on my page too. I've been putting the link on my page all day. So, see, that was good, Bobo. You done broke your chair. You done broke your chair.
You got to come back and get Dion and a couple other people.
Yes. LaRon was coming, but she had to do something, so she had to reschedule at the last minute.
Okay.
So maybe she'll come sit down. I'll have Dion, LaRon, and probably Clyde or somebody else. So, I'm going to get some other people come sit down. I got Bruce coming in 2 weeks to sit down and pop his shit. You know that show going to be lit because he can't wait.
Put me on here with him.
Yeah,
I gotta keep him on the lead, man. Chill out, bro.
You want to know the crazy thing about that is, like, and I tell anybody, just like I tell him, Bruce had been around when I first started promoting. And when he first came on the scene, we was